Going on YouTube? This is Effect, and we're here to check out my Pentagon CAW. This is going to be a tutorial on how to make your own Pentagon. Uh, a few, I guess, tips to start off. You're going to have to do a little bit of homework before you go into 2K. You're going to need to find a photo editor and make some PNG files. Those are image files where the background is clear or see-through or blank, and you're gonna have to find some Pentagon masks that you want to replicate in the game. So that's what I did here. Also, you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a left and a right side of the mask. You're gonna need a front image of the mask. You're going to need some sort of cutout of the headband that he's wearing when he's wearing that mask, and also a cutout of the face. So what we're going to do here is we're going to modify this attire. You can see I've got another yellow one here, a Mortal Kombat kind of themed one. We may do this one. It's not really my favorite. So we've got the Pentagon. You can see everything looks pretty good. So we're going to change this one to match a new mask that I found online. So we're going to go into, of course, head. The mask that I like to use is the no eyes, no face cutout mask. It allows me to do the most. Now, your guy will basically be like a zombie. You won't have any emotion. But that's okay. If it's a mask guy, you're not going to see that much anyways. And with somebody like Pentagon, you want that kind of intense stare as it is. And so it kind of works out. As you can see, this one he's wearing like a bodysuit. The other one he was wearing kind of multiple pieces put together. So we're going to go into, the first thing is adding our side images. And we've got our front image there. And we're going to try to line all that up. Because it's all really made from the same mask. Images are slightly different, and so that's where we're going to really get into the detail of lining this stuff up. But let's go ahead and go into kind of the steps here. So as you can see, we've got a bunch of images here that we're going to work through. I believe I've already uploaded the replacements for this mask. Hopefully. If not, we'll have to go through that process. I know I created them. Okay, so they are in here. So you can see this is the mask that we're going to. This like dragon, this white dragon mask. So I've already done the work, as you can see, of cutting out and removing the background. So now that I know these are in here, I'm going to go in and clear this mask completely. Because I really want to start from scratch. I can't see with the other overlay. So we're going to go ahead and delete all of this stuff out. As you can see, the pieces start to come off. It gives you a better idea of how we construct this thing. We're going to take the eyes off. We'll keep the mouth there for reference. And we'll take this front piece off. Of course, the headband, it's going to be different. So we'll clear that. So this is basically our blank canvas. This is what we're going to build from. So go to the blank mask. I'm going to change the color. I wasn't, but for this particular mask, I think we're going to need to. So we're going to change the color. I'm not going to worry about anything else. We're going to go straight into images. Custom images, as you all probably already know. And then we're going to find our mask pieces, and we're going to start our construction. So once you do this a couple times, you're going to get pretty good at the steps it's going to take to get you there. So we're going to load up this piece, apply, and you can't see it. I think it's under the headband. Yeah. So now we're going to make it big enough. We have some good reference. We've got the face reference point. We've got the nose. We're not too worried about what it looks like on the front, honestly. We want to have those pieces lined up just for our reference points for when we put the front on, but I'm not as concerned about how it looks. I even worry about the face. You know how the mouth is kind of covered right now? That's okay too, because we're going to work through all that. So I think that's pretty good. I like how that's going. May want to cheat it down to take into account the curve of the mask. Make it a little bigger. Like I said, don't be worried about the face, the front. We're really just trying to get this side kind of where we like it. I think that's pretty good. So we're going to go with that. So that is our left side. So now we need to do our right side. So do the same thing. And because these are mirror images, what we want to do is try to get it lined up exactly the same. Again, we're not worried about the front. We're just focused on these sides right now. So I bring this down, go over, pop it out. Same thing. Focus on the curve of the mask at the top, not so much the front. Okay? And pretty aligned. I think that's pretty good. Ooh. Let's spread this out a little more. Okay. And then just bring these so that they're pretty even. I feel like right there is kind of where we want to be. Yep. I feel like that's good. We can see everything we want to see. Not too many issues. That lines up. Okay. Now, it's not going to be perfect, obviously. I mean, you're trying to, throw images on, make something out of nothing, essentially. So, there's going to be a little bit of work that you're going to have to do to clean this up afterwards. Going back, repositioning, looking at it. I don't think you have to do too much in the way of correcting it. I feel like there's enough there that this is workable. I'll make sure that we're broadcasting correctly. 1 second. Now, what I like to use is there's a lot of people that sell Pentagon mask on like Etsy and stuff like that. They're not actual Pentagon masks, but they normally post high quality photos, and that's something you can work with. I mean, the more high quality that your photo is, the better your end product is going to be. So we've got the sides figured out. Now we're going to go in and work on our face, and this is the more important of the 3 pieces because this is what everyone sees. So we don't want this to be super pulled away. We really want to focus on getting it. I think that's pretty good, actually. This is what we're looking for, Wants it blend in nice. We're not worried about what's underneath the mask because we're going to cover that up in a second. The nose is covered. That's key. And then maybe bring it down just a little bit. I like where that's going, so we're going to go with that. That's another key for this mask is the nose is covered. That's why I like this mask versus some of the other options that are on the game. So what are we going to do now? Let's go back in and get the eyes. We need the eyes put in. We're going to bring the face forward. Do the eyes. We're going to do the top of the mask and the headband. And then we've got to decide how we're going to colorize this particular outfit. I should be right here somewhere. Let's see. There we go. So what I did, same thing. I went in and found a picture of Pentagon and got the eyes out and then put them in a PNG file so that we don't have to worry about background or anything. We can really use these to the full effect. See, these don't fit perfectly. They fit pretty good for this mask. So yeah, it's pretty good actually. Yeah, good enough. Of course, you know, on YouTube everybody's gonna be ripping me, oh, it doesn't look that good. It looks good enough, guys. I mean, for what they give us, I feel like that's a pretty good version. So we've got that. I want to move this. I'm going to move the mouth forward. Let's bring it all the way over. I feel like this game you can only move pieces. It's weird how it works. It doesn't work like it used to. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, so that, I feel like that's good. I feel like we're in a good spot there. We got the cool decal, the white blend's nice. It's in a good spot. So what we're going to do now, I want to get the head, because this is the first time that I've actually done the top of the headpiece. So you guys are seeing something I haven't done before. We're going to try it out. The issue is, for whatever reason, this game doesn't let you cover the completely with the crown. So we're just going to try to work it the best we can. So this is the pattern from this particular mask that carries over. Now there's some other things you can do. I'll show you those options. They don't, for me, they don't work as well. I've done them in the past for Pentagon, and to me it just, I don't know, did not give me the effect that I wanted. So here we go, covering up the top of the mask. This actually looks the best of any top cover that I've done. I'm surprised. So we got our top cover in. We're going to go right back to that custom images, and then we're going to layer. Same thing on the other side. Because it's a top piece, we're not really concerned if it's left or right. This is just covering up any holes in the image the mask image pieces, giving us a nice pattern, making the mask seem complete. That's basically all we're doing here. Oh, it's like a, what do I say? I don't know what's going on with that. But again, we're just trying to, you know, get an image on there. I mean, if you can match it up, that would be great too. But how often do you see like the top of Pentagon's head in a match? Hopefully not that much. So we've got that. You could go in and like layer this down, but I feel like that's good enough. So there's our completed Pentagon mask. We've got this little area back here in the back. I would probably work in another piece for coverage. I don't like that little, looks like a penis shadow back there. And that happens when you have edges overlapping with images in this game. It causes this weird edge detection. I don't know. And again, it's like a mosaic piece anyway, so we're just looking for good coverage. So I feel like that's looks really good. I like the coverage. I like the blend. The eyes look good. Mask looks good. So I feel like we're good here. I'm going to go in. I'm going to change the color of the back to like probably white, maybe dark gray. And I'm going to probably carbon fiber. Just to add a layer of detail. A little sparkle, you know. Because the front kind of has a carbon fiber look to it. Now here's what's good about these masks that you get online. You've got full coverage all the way down to the neck. It's an image. I mean, you've got a little bit of a gap here. I'm not even going to worry about that. I could go in. What did it see? That would be this side. We could edit and just extend it enough to cover that little piece if you're really that meticulous about it. So there we go. Not a big deal. I feel like we're good. So that's pretty easy, right? The more prep work you do for these types of masks, the way easier it's going to be when you try to go and create it. That's a kind of cool, that's a good look. I like that. Alright, so now the last thing we got to do is get this headband sorted out. I'm going to put it on white. And go to our images. Let's see what the image looks like that we're going to use. Also, while I'm doing this, I want to thank you guys for subscribing, everyone that's jumped on the bandwagon, part of the infected. You know, we're at 150. So this is our, I want to say this is our 100 subscriber special. It's a little late, but I wanted to get something out for everyone to check out and kind of see like what you can do in this game if you have just a slight knowledge of photo editing and willingness to take a bunch of time to do it. That's really the buy-in, is the time. Pentagon always has like a cool design on its headbands. And this one gives you a nice little, see those side pieces? Those are nice guide pieces you can use too. And that gives you just a little bit more detail. You know, it's an extra piece that you weren't accounting for when you were going in and designing the mask. If I have little details like that, I like to try to get them to line up. They're not going to always, because I don't know how the image was cut. I probably didn't cut it at the same angle that I did the mask itself. That's okay. So you can either embrace it or you can try to minimize it. Because if you embrace it and it looks jank, it's going to look bad the whole time. If you kind of minimize it like this is probably what I'm going to go with. It's there, you have the detail, but you're not super tied down to it. Okay, so I feel like that looks good. We are going to change, obviously, we're going to have to figure out what blends the best here. Probably cloth. And then color-wise, let's go all the way there. And we're going to work back material. You could go probably. I'm surprised carbon fiber doesn't look better. I don't know. I'm going to keep it default. And then I think we're going to do default looks fine. Yeah. And because we're having such a color match issue, I would probably just do this. just gonna maximize it so we can kind of take the impact of that away. Might be able to like emboss it. We're gonna change the opacity a little bit. See if that gets rid of that edge detection. We're just gonna leave it as is, I think. That should be good enough. Now you could go in and probably work some more color match on that. The only thing I'm gonna do is try to square this up a little bit. I'll show you another trick that you can also use, which is what we may end up doing. So this looks okay. I think I'm happy there. With that. Good enough, good enough. Okay. So if you've got like an issue like I'm running into here, you can always go back to your images, custom images, go back to your mask, right? You can always use, see this one has the headband kind of in it. So what I might do is take this, apply it, and then work just the headband image back in, like so. Again, I'm not worried about what's underneath because I'm gonna layer the parts so that it's covered up, something like that. Do the same thing on the other side. You could even go with a cool image like this, with the headband already kind of worked in there, you've got different options. I mean, you could take your filler image from the top and make it the headband. That's also an option. I'm just going to use the image that I already have that has a headband made into it. We're just trying to fill the space. I don't really care if it lines up. I mean, it would be great if it did with the image below, but so we've got this. Now we can go back in, accept that, and move. And if you're new to this, I would say don't do a difficult design right off the bat. Do something a little bit easier for your first time. I'll have to see what you guys think in the comments. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna go with it. So we got the headband figured out. We got the mask. Man, the headband is bothering me. Hold on. We basically got the headband figured out. Alright, for what we're doing, the headband is good enough. We could always come back and fix it. So we've got a nice look here. Headband blends pretty nicely. We've even got like some extra color on the headband, that's fine. You know, that all looks cool. The face looks good, mask looks good. So now, just gotta get our clothing kind of sorted out. And Penta specifically always works his color scheme all the way down. So I think for this one, we're gonna kind of keep true to that. You do velour if you wanted. I like carbon fiber. That's probably what I would stick with. So know that white and silver are going to be our two main components. Maybe satin for this one. You could even go like a ghost color. I think that would be cool. Did something like second color. I think that looks cool. We got some touches of red. We're going to work that in to the other details. Stuff like elbow pads, I'm just going to stick with. Here's a chance, I mean, if you wanted to work your red in, this is a good spot to work it in. That's a possibility, but I'm going to stick with the ghost. Or our ghost look right now.